This is my family pharmacy where I worked as a kid helping my mum, while my dad was an NHS GP down the road.
When will he stop banging on about that family pharmacy? Give us all a break. Anyway, this is Rishi's little gaslighting exercise where he attempts to tell us that we're turning a corner on NHS waiting lists, and if it wasn't for the pandemic and doctors' strikes, everything would be okay. So it's interesting to see this graph. It's clear that once the Tories took over from Labour, waiting lists began to go up, regardless of strikes or COVID-19. But take a look at this clip from back when Blair was in power, and although they're talking about GP appointments and not hospital appointments, it shows a complete reversal of mindset, that people were complaining that they couldn't get a doctor's appointment later than 48 hours.
The man in the green shirt there, dark green shirt. Yes, you.
Yes,
Yes,
you're actually putting forward targets on practically everything for timescales. I can't get an appointment with my local GP unless it's made within 48 hours. I can't make it 3 days or 4 days hence. I was told that's because they can meet their target that everybody gets it within 48 hours. Why?
Well, I'm absolutely astonished at that. I mean, look, come on, let's be sensible about this. I don't know about this individual case, obviously, but I would be absolutely astonished if you're saying to your GP, I don't need to see you for 4 days, and he's insisting he sees you in 2. The reason...
The doctor is asking you to come back in a week. You can't make the appointment in a week because you're only allowed to make it 48 hours beforehand.
Meanwhile, Sunak is making out he's working on bringing down waiting lists.
And that's why I put the NHS at the heart of my 5 priorities when I first got this job.
One way is to deputise chemists.
We're now making it possible for you to go and see your pharmacist, like my mum, for you or your children when you have one of 7 common ailments like a sore throat, ear infection. Go straight to your pharmacist, you don't need to see your GP.
The other is to completely fudge the figures.
Obviously, strikes last year didn't help, but at the start of this year, I really believe that we have turned a corner and there are signs that our plan is working. Now, data out just today shows that waiting lists have now been falling for 5 months.
It's a well-known fact that moving into spring and summer, the strain on the NHS is not so great, so naturally waiting lists will fall. He's not comparing year for year, but instead observing a natural fall that occurs in every year. But here's the other thing, it seems that people are being transferred onto other lists. More on that in a future video. Click here for Rishi messing about in a pharmacy.